Hey Leandrillians, it's Von Decron with yet another video. This time we're going to be going over the top 5 Rusher archetype loadouts for squad-based gameplay. Alright, the first thing we're going to be talking about is the actual weapons that you're going to find in these 5 loadouts, and what attachments are necessary to succeed with these guns. First gun we're going to be going over will be the Ram. So, the Ram is an all-around great assault rifle. So let's talk about the pros and cons of why you want this to be your main assault rifle. So for one, it is second in TTK, or time to kill, up to 70 meters. Post 70, it stabilizes out to the third quickest TTK. It is second when it comes to the RPM statistic, or rounds per minute, and it's tied for second in ADS speed. And on the other hand, the cons of the Ram 7 is the recoil can be hard to manage initially. It also has the 4th slowest reload speed, so there will be times where in the middle of a fight you may be reloading, you may be caught unawares. So you need to really be aware of where the enemies are and how much of a danger they present to you. Do you have the time to reload? With the correct attachments, the Ram 7 can be a mid-range squad wiper. The attachments we're going to be putting on the Ram: Monolithic Suppressor, FSS Ranger, Merc Foregrip, 50 round mag, and a VLK 3x optic. We're trying to push out the damage ranges and recoil management as high as we can, and what we sacrifice for this is ADS speed and some level of movement speed. The Origin 12 is the best shotgun for Warzone, hands down. Between its semi-automatic nature, large magazine access with 25 round drum mags, the high mobility that you get from it being a shotgun as a whole, it's a force that can't be beat in the close range, which leads to our con, its limited range. I believe it is the second lowest range of shotguns, but ultimately in the situations that you're pulling out this shotgun, it's going to have enough range to be able to handle the problem. With the correct attachments, the Origin 12 can really complement the Ram 7 and be a close-range squad wiper. We put the following attachments on the Origin 12: Monolithic Suppressor, Forged Tack Impaler, 25 round drum mag, 5 milliwatt laser, and no stock. If you're running around with the Origin, don't worry about a right click because this weapon is purely hip fire. Outside of these two weapons, both the Ram and Origin, what you use is personal preference, be it what type of launcher, be it if you want to go with the RPG, if you want to go with a lock-on. For example, I utilize the Pila, or the sniper rifle, whether or not you like the HDR, or even the AX50. Whatever you prefer in those specific categories, please feel free to adjust these loadouts accordingly. So, now that we've gone over those two guns, what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly hover over all 5 of these classes so that you can take the time, pause the video, copy them down into your classes, and then we'll kind of talk about each one individually and why we picked it. So the first one I'll be showing is the Origin/Ram. This is the default overkill loadout. This is an overkill with the Ram having a fully loaded, so you end up losing the sight for this. Just a Ram with Ghost instead of overkill, and a Pila as a secondary. This is a Ram with fully loaded, you end up losing the sight once again, but this is just the Ram in case you need Ghost as well. And then finally there's the Sniper loadout, which, like I said before, whatever weapon you prefer. Me personally, I do prefer the HDR. This has Ghost, has Claymores for in case you need to set up in a location, heartbeat sensor if you need to track somebody down, and EOD and amps to be able to protect yourself against explosives and be able to quickly swap in case you get ambushed up close. So, when do you use each of these classes? This first default or Origin and Ram loadout you would utilize anytime you were able to get a loadout before your first free loadout and you don't want to worry about Ghost. So, you have a 4-man team, you've dropped a loadout drop, you got about 30 seconds to a minute before the next free loadout, and you want to get your guns. This is going to be your default go-to. Heartbeat sensor, C4, EOD, as explosives are a very easy way to clear out buildings. You want to make sure that when you go to clear people with C4, you go and you're getting pushed yourself, you don't just immediately get one shot by an RPG or C4. Overkill, obligatory so we can run both guns, and then amped because the strength of this kit is the fact that you can swap between the two weapons so quickly that you can't be beat in any range from mid to long all the way down to short range. The second class, it's almost exactly the same. The only difference is the fact that we have fully loaded on our RAM. This is for those late game circles where they're not in an open field. You will need some close quarters, but you may also need the range of the RAM to be able to take out some of those enemies. You may not care about Ghost, but you need to have the ammunition to take them out with the RAM. Whereas the Origin, you have 25 rounds in that mag, you just need to make those rounds count. And then this is your RAM Ghost. This is a strong standalone class where I have AR ammunition. I don't think I'm going to need my shotgun. I'd rather have Ghost in this instance. This is the class I'm going to go. It's pretty self-explanatory. The only difference compared to the other classes is the fact that I'm going the Merc foregrip on my RAM instead of the Commando foregrip, and that's because that hipfire may save your life. You don't have the close range with the shotgun, so you need to be able to make up for it through a slight adjustment on your RAM. The next one that we're going to have, which is the last circle restock, it's a pretty standard RAM, fully loaded instead of a VLK sight. This is the class that you're going to want to go to most of the time on your second free loadout, or once again, if you're in the last circle or fifth circle, if you will, and you need ammunition, you need a good gun, and you need Ghost. This will be your go-to class. And then finally, while yes, these top 5 classes are for the rusher or CQB expert, having a sniper loadout is imperative because you don't know when you're going to need a sniper, when you would be effectively useless otherwise. So to be able to pick up this sniper rifle on that last circle or that fifth circle and grab that sniper rifle to be able to assist your team in a situation where your shotgun would just collect dust is going to be paramount to get those Warzone victories. So the RAM and the Origin are the centerpieces of these 5 loadouts. There are other weapons that I want to talk about inside of these 5 loadouts that can be varied based off of your personal preference. So the reason I went with the Pila and not the RPG or any of the other lock-on based launchers is the fact that they're 9 times out of 10, if you aim a Pila at a helicopter, the moment that they see a lock-on, most people will just abandon ship. They won't even try to utilize flares at all. They will just abandon ship, and you haven't even fired a rocket, and you've essentially removed the helicopter from the equation. The Pila, it's the quickest to pull out. It does its job. It's a lot quicker to lock on than the Joker, for example. It's just overall a very solid launcher. Sniper rifle. I go with the HDR because the AX50 is a sniper rifle that can take out targets almost like hit scan within 250 meters, whereas past that, it's a little bit harder to land your shots. I went with the M19 as my secondary, as I really enjoy utilizing the Akimbo M19s with a monolithic suppressor, the XRKL Super Barrel 5 milliwatt laser, and the 21 round mags. I've gotten a lot of success out of these handguns. And in case you're wondering what I am running for the sniper rifle, monolithic suppressor, pretty much standard if it's available, 26.9 inch HDR Pro barrel, the TAC laser, variable zoom scope, and the Stalker Scout stock. If you need ammo alongside your overkill loadout, this will be the second one to go. If you need Ghost and you don't need your shotgun, you just need your RAM Ghost is the one to go. If you need to get Ghost, so either your first free loadout, final circle / fifth circle, this will be the one you go to. You'll get your ammo, you'll have your RAM, you'll have a Pila in case there's any vehicles left over. You'll be good to go. And then sniper rifle is for those situations where the circles may be in the northwest or northeast part of the map, and you need to be able to have a slightly longer range solution than the RAM. If you do end up going this one, I would recommend having gone the regular RAM Ghost with the Merc foregrip so that it is more effective in close range. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you learned something. If you have any other questions, be it, hey, what attachment should I put on? Insert gun here. Hey, this is the type of setup I was trying to run. What is your opinions on it, etc. Don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. I'll try to get to any questions that are asked in a quick and timely manner. If you want to know what the next video is, there's a little Easter egg somewhere in this video. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see it in action, come catch me on twitch.tv/VDecron. Otherwise, this is Von Decron signing out. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.